My favorite thing about real estate, the excitement and just the heartfelt feeling that the gratification that it gives me in seeing a family laugh and smile and be excited that they've got a new beginning. And being part of that is you can't put a price tag on that. I'm Andrea Mallonee and I'm with Windermere Group 1. I'm a mother of two, a wife of 30 years married to my high school sweetheart, Tom Mallonee. I have a brand new grandson, a 16 months old, Sullivan. And I've lived in the Tri-Cities for pretty much most of my life, graduated from Kennewick High School, class of '87. I've been in real estate since 2015. Love it. It's been an exciting time to be in real estate. The market in the Tri-Cities is absolutely phenomenal. And people are flocking here for a reason because it's a great place to live and raise a family. We have 4 seasons out of the year, and so you really get to enjoy all 4 seasons in the year. I think what sets me apart from the competition is that I have a passion for people and sharing family lives. It's not just about a paycheck. If that was the case, I'd still be in the corporate America that I lived in most of my life. But I get to see other families and help them grow and introduce them to the Tri-Cities and all the wonderful things we have to offer. And it's exciting when you get to hand the keys to a family and see how they get to start their lives. It's a great feeling. I appreciate the time that I spent in corporate America because I learned a lot about self-discipline. And what you see a lot in the real estate world is there's a ton of agents out there, and you have to learn to set yourself apart from those agents, and part of it is your own discipline. You know, you got to get up in the morning, you got to get on the phone, you've got to reach out to your clients, you've got to make sure that you're just there for them. And a lot of times, you know, again, I'm not working for a paycheck, I'm working for my clients. I think the biggest challenge of my job as a realtor is it's always different. Every day is never the same, and you're always having to make sure you're putting out fires, and then you're also learning something new. It's just a new day every day. I chose Windermere because I love their program, I love their passion, but mostly it was the training in the beginning. Coming from the corporate world in corporate America, I was always used to a regimented, I wanted to know everything there is, and when you get into real estate, you see there's a lot of realtors out there, they just jump into it and they don't know the training, they don't know what to do and how to handle the client. And I think that's so important, especially when you're dealing at this high emotional level. And so Windermere, my why with Windermere has been because they provide that cultural experience. It is all about the client. It is all about the experience of buying a new home, and it's a lifetime experience. I think the power of ownership is a huge strength that anyone would find when you have your own home, especially if you're a first-time buyer and you've been renting and now your rent is no longer going by the wayside. You're not wasting your money. You actually have a pride of ownership that you can say, this is mine. And if you ever go to sell it, guess what? You've got some equity and you've got something to work with. So there's something to be said in the pride of ownership. Outside of real estate, if you know me, I love my golf. I golf every chance I get, and quite honestly, since I started golfing a few years ago, I've actually done so much better in real estate because you get to know, you get out there, you get the great outdoors. Of course, Tri-Cities has wonderful golf courses. You know, so aside from the Columbia River, we have great wineries, great golf courses, but those are the things I like to do on my spare time. I have a nonprofit organization called Modern Living Services. We started back in 2008. We built, our primary gift is to build homes for people with disabilities in our local community. My daughter Lindsay is 27 and she is developmentally disabled. And back in 2008, when she was getting ready to graduate from high school, the biggest concern I had among a lot of other friends at the time with kids the same age is, you know, what are we going to do with our kids once they get out of high school? Because there's not a whole lot of resources available, especially long-term living. You know, I want to make sure that my daughter is being supported long-term. And so we discovered there's a growing need in our community for housing, low-income housing for people with disabilities. And that kind of sparked a fire throughout the Tri-Cities, and Today, this organization, it just continues to grow. We've just added 5 new board members last week to our organization, and it's amazing. It's amazing to see the community come together to show support for people with disabilities and how much it's very much needed in our community.